Coming very soon on Monday, April 8th, we'll have the opportunity to again witness a solar eclipse. While it will not be a complete covering of the sun by the moon for us in Wichita, you don't have to travel very far to see a perfect fit of moon and sun just to our south and east as it travels along its trajectory. Like most of you, we were here in Wichita for the previous total eclipse that occurred on August 21st, 2017. And it was amazing to watch the sky grow darker and the horizon glow, the faint colors of the rainbow. But what really blew my mind was seeing the eclipse as it shone through the leaves of the trees. Each little pinhole of light filtered by the tree gave focus on the ground of moon passing over the sun. And as I think about the precision of time and space that it takes for the moon to perfectly fit over the sun from our vantage point on Earth as it covers it, it just didn't have to work this way. The moon could have been, say, smaller than it is, farther away. The sun bigger, the Earth farther away. I mean, so many things could have been different, and then we wouldn't have the beauty and spectacle of the eclipse. The reason that I'm talking about this is that Jesus is the one who thought it all up and thought that we might think the eclipse was kind of cool too. We read at the beginning of John's Gospel these words, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through Him. Without Him was not anything made that was made." The Word that John talked about as being there in the beginning and made everything was Jesus before He was born of Mary. Jesus has always existed with the Father, and the Father used Jesus to create everything that is. Yeah, Jesus placed each star in its constellation from our vantage point and sustains all creation in the entire universe. And when He made everything, He made it beautiful. And my point is that He didn't have to make it beautiful and awe-inspiring. Having the moon pass before the sun with a perfect fit certainly wasn't necessary for the survival of people or the fulfillment of the Father's plan to save the world by His death and resurrection. And yet, He did it anyway, simply because it would be beautiful. He didn't have to make kittens so lovely, flowers so colorful, mountain peaks with their grandeur, or the face of a woman so lovely. But He did. Why? He made us in His image, and all creation was good, which means that everything is a reflection of His nature and character. For God is good. He is beautiful, and all that He made reflects Him. Yes, you say, but what about the ugly, the sinister, the plain, the unattractive, and common? Some of the ugly we introduce into the world by our rejection of His rule and place as God in our lives. Evil and the satanic are not creations of God, but rather perversions of His goodness. And the plain, the common, well, one might even say ugly, are not necessarily the result of our sin, but they too have a beauty if one is willing to see it. Western Kansas, where I'm from, is quite plain, very brown, and desolate at this time of year. But even this part of the world, even at its driest and most dormant time, has a certain beauty that reflects a good God who created beauty for its own sake. In the morning, as the sun comes up and the sky gleams with golden, red, and purple through cloud and vapors, it's just beautiful. And it didn't have to be that way, but Jesus in His love made it beautiful. And His own people, you and me, we acknowledge this reality. And we give thanks for all kinds of beauty, from friendships new and old, married love, and the welcome of a new baby into the family. From wild animals, starry nights, music, tasty foods, poems, funny stories. Jesus thought it all up, made it happen. and we get to enjoy it. And that heart that belongs to Him rejoices in the gift giver and seeks to make beautiful things in the world so that to be like Him, our good and beautiful God. Such truth, it naturally leads us to worship. I hope to see you all then this weekend in Bible study and worship. And you won't want to miss our last Holden evening prayer service this coming Wednesday at 6 p.m. For the following week will be Holy Week, where Wednesday services give way to Maundy, Thursday service, as well as Good Friday. See you all then.